At Lowe's, this Veterans Day and every day, verified military members, veterans, and their spouses get automatic silver status in My Lowe's Rewards with free standard shipping, plus 10% off eligible purchases with no annual limit. It's one way we honor and give back to those who have served and still do. Learn more now at lowes.com/military. 10% discount can't be combined with another offer. Exclusions, terms, and conditions apply. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
Welcome to the Backpack Delicious Podcast, brought to you by the Ultralight Quilt, trusted by the best backpackers in Enlightened Equipment. Lighten your load at enlightenedequipment.com. With me today is the Rapunzel of the backpacking world, Alex Hatlevig. How's it going today?
I am doing fantastic, and I've never been called Rapunzel. That is definitely, I think that's the first time I've ever heard someone say that one. But I like it.
I try to offend you at the gate just to see how you react. And
right. I mean, it makes sense. Like, this stuff's getting pretty darn long.
Yeah.
Like, I just compared it to like my girlfriend and my family members, and it's the longest out of my entire family.
So for those who are just listening, he's got hair going down to his like abs, basically.
It's pretty far. It's almost down to my butt, which is crazy.
Is that right? Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
So you get called more like Thor, is that right?
Yep. Oh, I hear Thor like almost every single week, which yeah, it's crazy.
By like the grocery clerk, or who's calling you that?
Like I'll just be like randomly, someone will just be like in the grocery store, they'll be like, "Oh, dude, you look like Thor." Or like I've gotten. Is there
like a little girl tugging at like your pant leg, like, "Are you Thor?"
Nothing like that, but
okay.
I've had people. There was one time I was backpacking and I didn't get called Thor, but there were some guys hanging out on a rock, checking out the view, and I walk up the trail, and one guy just goes like, "Oh, dude, you look just like Clay Matthews." So I've heard that one all the time.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, Clay Matthews, the old linebacker. So okay, and we were chatting before we hit the record button, and you didn't fully reveal, but you alluded to the fact that when you started your YouTube channel, it was like based on your hair. Is that correct?
Yes. So this is one thing that like whenever my YouTube channel gets brought up and we're talking about like the history of my channel, it always gets brought up because it is like the genesis of my YouTube channel. So way back in it's been like 7 or 8 years. When I first started making YouTube videos, I actually started making videos about growing out my hair.
Okay.
And the whole process.
Wait, why did you do this? What made you think I got to make a YouTube channel about this?
When I was at the end of college, I was watching a lot of YouTube, and it was like, this is something I want to do. I'm like, I'm super into it. It had nothing to do with my college program or degree. I went to college for exercise science, kinesiology. And then at the end of college, I realized that I just wanted to make videos. So I really got into YouTube. I wanted to start a channel. And at that same time, I was growing out my hair because I wanted to have long hair. And I was watching a lot of YouTubers doing the whole, like, this is what to expect when you grow out your hair. And I was like, I can totally make these exact kind of videos. So I did.
I can do better than this.
Yeah, it was so embarrassing. Like, I had roommates at the time, and I would only film videos when all of them were gone. So, like, they would never hear me talking to my camera or anything.
Oh, my gosh.
And the videos actually started doing very well. Like, I had a video that got almost 2 million views.
What?
I'm serious. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
It got 2 million views, and it was on my, like, 1 year hair growth or something.
Wait, is it still out there?
No,
okay.
No, it's not.
I want to go find it.
I unpublished. They're not public on YouTube. I still have them. They're just not public on YouTube, so you can't see them.
If you come back on the show again, we'll kind of coax you into bringing those out of retirement, and we can check out what that looks like.
I did make a video, like watching all those old videos and kind of like reacting to how just like awful and embarrassing they are. And then after I put out the video is when I unpublished all those videos.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay, can I ask you, how old were you when you took the video of yourself watching yourself with the hair?
When I'm 29 now, I was probably like 27, probably. It was just a couple of years ago, probably.
Okay, gotcha. You matured fast. That would have taken me to like 30 plus, I would guess. So,
but when the videos started doing very well was when I was like, I need to stop making these videos because I don't want to be the hair guy on YouTube.
The hair guy, that's hilarious. Okay, well, I appreciate your transition to the backpacking world. For those who don't know Alex, he makes a lot of backpacking videos, and they're different. They're not like your kind of typical ones. He's got all sorts of content comparing different products like the pad inflators to just, you got all sorts of stuff. So we'll talk about that later. But
yeah, for sure.
But I brought you on, so we're talking about absurd backpacking trinkets or gadgets or kind of something in that realm, things that we think are absurd that people might actually buy or are already buying. So, like, what's your definition of a trinket?
So I would say a trinket needs to be something small. Like a trinket just already sounds like something tiny. It needs to also be relatively inexpensive. But also, I think
not for backpacking, not in this world.
Yeah, right. That's the thing. Like, how much do you want to push what a trinket really is?
Right.
But something small, relatively inexpensive, but also needs to have some sort of purpose. So, a trinket, it could be something like a tool. I think there's tools that could also be considered trinkets. But also, a trinket is also like a figurine or a souvenir as well. Like, that's kind of what a trinket is.
Are people buying backpacking figurines? I hope not.
Exactly. And that's where it gets weird with backpacking trinkets because everything we're bringing backpacking needs to fulfill some sort of purpose.
Right.
There needs to be a use to it. So it can't really be a souvenir or else it's just dead weight.
Which we brought. We brought figurines and dead weight just to shove it into other people's packs. But that's the purpose. I don't know if that's really sufficient. But and I use the word gadget too, which I think you kind of hit on, which is also small. And it could be a piece of tech, although I don't know if I have any tech with me. But it's typically some form of tool that's, serving a purpose.
Yeah.
I'm really curious. Like, as I was kind of digging this, I'm like, I wonder if we're going to have any of the same ones.
I know. I was wondering that same exact thing.
I have some extra ones, and one might even be pushing the size limit, or a couple might. But
I also have a backup. Yeah, I got a backup.
You got to get a backup. Okay.
Yeah, just in case we have the same ones. I was like, I need to have one extra backup.
Well, the goal was 6, so we might end up with more than 6. So we'll find out.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. You want to go first? Or you want a second?
I'll jump into it. I'll totally go into it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What you got?
So this first one that I have here is the 20-in-1 survival bracelet. That costs
20-in-1. That's like
20-in-1
bonus.
There are 20 things on this bracelet, and so what I'm holding for people who are just listening, it's one of those paracord bracelets that's like the paracord that's all braided together. Right. But also on it is a big buckle. There is a compass attached to it as well. That really doesn't work very well because it's tiny.
I was going to ask.
Yeah. This thing was $10 on Amazon, so it's
it's
very inexpensive. There is a compass, a ferro rod right here in this middle piece. If you guys can see that is a ferro rod. Okay. There is a tool card. This little tiny thing here is their tool card, and it's about 1 inch long by maybe a centimeter wide with a bunch of little. It's got there's a bottle opener on it.
But it's so small. Could you physically have enough leverage?
Exactly. That's what my thoughts were. I was like, how are you supposed to open a bottle with this thing? Like, my fingers are covering up half of it. There's screwdrivers. There's a whistle, thermometer, an SOS light. We push this down, I believe.
SOS light on your breath?
There's an SOS light.
There is.
This thing.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Like an airplane could probably see that flying over.
Yeah, right. Yeah, the helicopter that's coming to save you is going to see that little light blinking.
Right.
The other thing that's weird, that it has something that says take out phone card, which I have no idea what that means. Because that,
like the SIM card?
I have no idea. There's a little...
It's like a little pin thing.
There's a little button here that you can kind of push, and it's the directions say take out phone card.
That's if you are lost and you want to stay lost. That's you're actually trying to escape society at that point, right?
Take out the SIM card.
Yeah, take out the SIM card. Don't track me. It's not going to ping the cell phone towers. I just want to escape.
This, I would say, is something that if you're newer to backpacking, you might think it's something that you want or think that you need.
Right.
Just because it kind of they market it towards you as you need this on your wrist. You're going to need all of these things. And it does have a bunch of stuff on it, which is cool, but you're not really going to use any of this stuff.
You're right.
For the most part, I would say maybe the compass could be kind of unique to see where you're at, but it's unreliable. The thermometer on this thing has not changed since I got it. It's been sticking the same, and I have not had the heat on in my house, so it's been going up and down here. Like we were talking about, the tool card is tiny. The ferro rod is also tiny. I couldn't even really get it to spark when I was trying to use it earlier.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think I'm looking at that, and people have been trying to sell those, and they successfully sold the paracord bracelets for years. Yeah. This is obviously next level with all the extra doodads it's got on there.
It is.
But I don't know of anybody who's this person, took a fall. They survived because they happened to have that bracelet on and they untangled it and they, lifted themselves to freedom.
Right.
I haven't heard that story yet.
And it's only 10 feet of paracord.
Oh, okay.
Which really, that's not even enough to get your food bag in a tree.
Right.
So
that's going to be hard to beat, man, because you hit on so many different things in that one little piece. I will say I might have you beat with not the the ridiculousness of the items I have, but that like people might be more likely to buy some of the things. I know for a fact some people are buying some of the things that I have.
Oh
so
yeah. I've got
I don't know anybody I haven't seen that on a backpacking trip.
Yeah. Yep. And that's where like this is something that I would see like maybe a beginner would think that they need to pick something up like this up. So like for me, when I was 13 years old, I for sure would have bought this because I was into all the survival gadgets and stuff. This would have been something 13-year-old Alex would have bought. But now you just kind of know that none of this stuff is really useful when you're out on the trail.
All right. That's a good first one. You started strong.
One other fun fact about this, on the piece of cardboard that this comes with, there is a picture of Bear Grylls starting a fire.
Ooh.
Right there. That's Bear Grylls, which I'm assuming he did not authorize his image to be on there. But yeah, it's Bear Grylls.
It doesn't say his name on there, it just has a picture of him.
No, it's literally just him starting a fire. Like anybody can see that. But yeah, that's Bear Grylls starting a fire.
We'll let Bear know so that way he can sue Amazon, I suppose. But
right.
All right, I've got one. This is an item that's becoming increasingly popular, and we briefly mentioned on a previous episode, and then I think I poked fun at it. And then I got pushback on poking fun at it, so I thought I gotta poke fun at it more. We got to talk more about this.
Okay.
It's this item right here. Do you know what this is right here?
Is it the aqua clip thing? Oh no,
aqua clip doesn't even exist anymore.
Oh, it doesn't. Oh my goodness.
No, I think we put them out of business. All right, so this is called a tent stake pusher.
Oh, of course.
Where you push it has different attachments because there's different styles of stakes, and you just like if you are in a spot where it's hard to push the stake down, like this provides more surface area for you to just use your fingers basically to push the stake into the ground.
Right.
What I learned was that there's so many different types of stakes that have different, like this one right here, I bought the wrong one because I was like trying to figure out which tent stake I commonly use.
Okay.
And this is not the right one, so I couldn't even test it out. But yeah, there's like different names and things, and there's just a lot of vocabulary for tent stakes, apparently.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so I'm not big on like clutter and extra things, and I feel like this is one of those things. The person that pushed back on it said, look, I've been backpacking and I camped in a spot that had really hard ground and had no rocks, and this thing was helpful. In that scenario, I agree. Yeah. I've never been in that scenario where there's zero rocks.
Yeah, that's exactly what my first thought was. Like there's nothing, like where are you backpacking if there's like literally nothing around? Like even like a stick could kind of like, if you got like a piece of wood that's fairly dense, like you can kind of use that.
And I get the hard ground. Like I typically am able to use my shoe to kind of like kick it in. But if it's really hard, like solid ground, I get that you might want something more sufficient. But I've never like not been able to find a rock, but I haven't been everywhere, so I don't know.
Yeah, right, for sure. I think I could see it. I want to disagree with you. I want to say that it's something that you could totally bring with, and definitely is a useful trinket, but it seems so situational where like, are you really going to be in a place that has like zero rocks to help you get your tent stake in? But I will say also, like I've been pretty darn close to piercing through some the soles of my shoes from trying to kick in some tent stakes or push them in. So that's another reason why I can see that being useful. Is like,
gotcha.
Yeah, I'm gonna pierce through my shoes.
You can, and if you disagree, if you're like, no, I'd bring that. You can. Don't be shy, man.
I want to say that I would, but then I the other part of me, the efficient side of me, would be like, I really don't need to bring this. Like, there's gonna be a rock around.
I think my test is if you bring one of these like small things that may be unnecessary most of the time, and you ever use the word like, that was really nifty, like in describing it, then that should be like red lights, like warning signs going off in your mind, like, hey, this is not necessary. Yeah. Something that's like, that's a little nifty. Like, you don't need to have it.
Right. Yeah, basically. For sure. Definitely.
Okay. All right. That's my first one. What else you got?
All right. So my next one, I feel like people might get heated off of this one. But this definitely falls into the gadget territory, 100%. Okay. Do you know what this thing is? I'm sure you've seen this before.
Well, it looks like a pad inflator.
It is a pad inflator. And this one right here is the FlexTail Zero Pump. And I also have the Nightcore AP05C, which is fairly new. So for people who don't know what these are sleeping pad inflators and deflators where you stick this thing inside the nozzle of your sleeping pad, turn it on, and it inflates the pad fairly quickly. You can pretty much do it hands-free. They're small. It's probably about the size of a glue stick, I would say. Something like that, right?
It's a
glue stick. And they're light. They are in total weight about 1.7 ounces. But in reality, you don't need this. You 100% don't need it.
Really?
Yeah, for sure. Like it's just an extra thing you need to throw inside your backpack. And sure, I guess you can just use this to inflate your pad, but it is a decent amount of extra money spent on some gears. And these companies kind of do, they kind of make it seem like it's something that you need to throw in your backpack. Where like they'll say like, oh, it's an inflator, it's a deflator. They'll also say that it's a fire starter because it can blow air into the fire. But in reality, your pump sack is going to work just fine. And it weighs the same amount, if not less than these. And also, it doesn't require batteries. Where these things, if the battery's dead, then this thing is just completely dead weight.
You're preaching to the choir on this one, I will say. But there's still people, I would still say like a good 50% of like regular backpackers, maybe a little less than that, are bringing those. People love those things.
I know I've heard some backpackers say like how they're just like, I just hate blowing up my sleeping pad. So they bring it with, which I get it. Like I can understand that, but it's still not something that you need to have with you.
And it's only an ounce or ounce and a half or whatever. I just feel like you add the clutter, but then you're also just like, the more of those like, oh, it's just an ounce of this and that. Like they just add up, man. It just adds up fast. So
yeah,
okay.
For sure. And it's just another thing that you need to charge, like it's just another piece of technology that you got to make sure it's charged up before you go. You got to have the battery.
That's the annoying part is I don't want to have like a lineup of things I'm charging just like before they can go on my pack. Right. That's super annoying.
And also these companies say they're like, oh, the weight's only 1.2 ounces, but that's without the battery, which I think is
it's not,
which is ridiculous. Like that bugs me so much because it's like essentially lying to us.
And there's a lot of companies that do that. So like Zoleo, for example, they show their device attached, and Garmin does this too, but they show their device attached to your strap on your backpack with a carabiner. And so when we had like the CEO of Zoleo, and I was like, oh, he's like, it's only weighs whatever. And I was like, yeah, great. Is that with the carabiner? He's like, oh, no, not with the carabiner. I was like, okay, not that the carabiner weighs a ton, but it's like they're kind of skimping it. There's kind of like, I don't know, false. Misleading information. So
it 100% is. And that's like, I made a video on these things and I was like, these companies are lying to us. Like they are completely saying, because this thing's pointless without the battery.
Wait, did you make a video called like how the companies are lying to us?
I don't, but that's a good idea. I have not made one. I like the idea.
You're sparking some ideas here.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Outdoor gear companies are lying to you.
Right. Okay, my next one, I didn't even know this existed until I started prepping for this episode. So I don't even know if you could tell what this is for, but this is like it looks like a mini stuff sack.
My goodness.
With like a toggle on it. And so it kind of, you can cinch it down. Do you have any idea what this would be used for?
To carry like a quarter? Or like...
I would like to carry one quarter around.
Yes.
In case I transport back to the 1980s and have to make a phone call.
Right. Or like your car keys.
That one would not fit the car keys.
Wow, it's that small?
This is what it's for right here.
No way. It's
a spoon cover. So you put it in basically it's this mini Dyneema bag over your spoon so that when you put it inside your pack, it's not going to get gunked up, or if you don't clean your spoon off well enough, you're not going to gunk up your pack. It just kind of protects the spoon from all your pack germs, basically.
I've never that is hilarious. That is just a tiny little Dyneema bag. How much did it cost?
I want to say it was like $4 or $5.
Okay, I was waiting for them to be like, it's $17.
No, and it comes in different colors. I have this like kind of maroonish color for the one that I've got right here.
Okay,
and both of the items I have that I've shared so far, they're garage grown gear items, and garage grown gear is not afraid to take risks on items like this. I mean, Lloyd a couple of weeks ago even said he would basically like sell some of the stuff I would suggest to him, and I don't even think that stuff would sell. So he'll take the risk. But some of the stuff on there like this, I was like, who's buying this? Yeah. Who's buying this?
That's crazy. Like
yeah.
It's just, it's so, the fact that someone made, like, no offense to anybody who made that thing, but that is comical. That's someone made, I'm sure there's people that buy it. If it's on GGG, I'm sure someone's buying it. Like,
they don't keep it on there for nothing.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So I'm going to bring it on the next trip, and maybe I'll end up liking it, and I'll have to apologize.
Yeah,
but
for sure. I mean,
I think it's pretty funny.
But that's great. That's cool.
Okay. All right. So far, no like items. Number 3, what you got?
All right. So my next one, I don't have an example with me. I thought I had like 2 of these at my house, but I think I might have just donated them or something. But anyway, my next one is a life straw, like the actual life straw straws.
Really?
That you see. Yes. These cost If you guys don't know what a life straw is, it's a water filter straw that you literally just stick one end into a lake or a river or whatever and drink from it straight out of the lake. They're fairly small. It's just a little tube. It's pretty packable. They're lightweight. And they only cost about $18, which is pretty inexpensive, especially for a water filter.
Right.
So I think a lot of people see these things in the store and they think like, oh, like I need this as like a backup to my water filter, or like I'll use this one day when I'm out hiking, something like that. But in reality, you're never going to use it. So yeah, I think I had like 2 of them in my house, and I always liked the idea of going out and using that, but I don't think I ever used them ever.
Wait, so where are they? You said you had 2.
I looked through all of my backpacking gear and couldn't find it. I'm pretty sure I've never used them. I think I just donated them. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Nice. Okay.
I looked through all my gear and couldn't find it.
So we talked about this a couple weeks ago with my other co-host Ben, and he was saying that people legit use these on like missions trips in places like Africa, but that's not how they're marketing it. They're marketing it for the backpacker, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like it just seems like they're trying to make this be like, this is something you need to have in your kit, in your backpack. But it's just like, I've never been backpacking and been like, I need a life straw right now. I'm always using like my regular like Sawyer Squeeze or Katadyn, whatever it is. Those kinds of filters. Yeah. I also think a life straw is something that like, it's something for people who don't go backpacking. They buy it as a Christmas gift for someone they know likes backpacking.
Kind of like the paracord bracelet too, right?
Yes, exactly. Same sort of thing.
That's a good one. All right.
Right. That's my thoughts. Yeah.
Let's see. My next one I've got is this one people might already have and not even know it. And that is the whistle buckle.
Okay. Yep.
So these come standard on some packs. And so if it comes with your pack, like it just comes with your pack, right? And so basically it's just the little clip on your sternum strap, and it's got a little place where you can kind of blow a whistle. And if it comes with your pack, great. But if you're like, I need to save my own life with a whistle, and so I'm going to try to be more efficient by buying the whistle buckle from Gear Aid, then I think that, like, I've never heard of anybody saving their life, first of all, with a whistle, and second of all, with this small of a whistle that's not going to project that much sound. The only thing that I can maybe see where it's helpful is if you have a kid and you don't want to give them an extra trinket to carry around, and you're not concerned about them getting like too lost or whatever. Maybe they're just like out of sight. If they get out of sight of you, or if they get too far away, like you can use the whistles to communicate. That's the only thing that I could legitimately see it for.
Yeah, it seems to be too small to be like an actual piece of safety gear. But I do think if someone who just likes to be prepared for those kind of things, I feel like it's at least something there as like peace of mind. It's somewhat useful. Okay,
wait. So would you swap out your sternum strap on your pack and then buy this?
Me personally, no. Okay. I would not. But I could see how someone might. Okay. I could say if someone wants the peace of mind to have a backup, like a safety whistle with them to get someone's attention, I could see it. I could see someone switching that out. It depends on like how hardcore this person is about safety. So I could definitely see why someone would. I personally would not. But that thing can't weigh very much. And if you're just swapping out your sternum strap that you've already got, like if you just have like an Osprey backpack or something, you can switch out your sternum strap for something like that.
I would say definitely on an Osprey or your typical like Gregory packs. If you have one of those ultralight packs where you spend a lot of money, that probably weighs 3 times the amount of the clip they have on there.
Yeah. My Z-Packs backpack, the clip is like, it's
mini,
super small.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm still not buying it, and I wouldn't recommend it unless, like I said, there's a scenario where you want. And even then, like I tended to strap on or clip a legitimate whistle onto my kids when they were really young, so that if they did get into trouble, they can blow the whistle. And we went to Canyonlands, man, which is a pretty dangerous place, and we still never used the whistles. I'm not saying that there's no scenario.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it quite in like the survival mirror category where it's just like so rarely used, but definitely closer to that than like you're in reach for sure.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Like, yeah, like I still want to say you could totally bring it because like you fall down like the side of whatever, like a cliff or something. You're alive, but you can't really move, and the trail's up above you. If no one knows that you're down there, you could just blow this whistle to get someone's attention. So like it's definitely has a use to it. I could totally see it.
There's scenarios. I can see that scenario happen. I just don't know if it's happened.
It's like the stake pusher thing. There is theoretically a scenario.
Scenarios, yeah.
But
But if you prepare for every possible scenario, that's where you get into packing your fears, and your pack becomes 30 or 40
100%
pounds, so.
for sure.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Those are my 3. You gave your 3, but we didn't have any crossover. So do you want to share your backup one? Just
yeah, I technically have one more plus a backup.
Oh, one more plus. Okay, let's go for it. All right. What's your next one?
My number 4 was the portable folding solar panel phone charger.
Okay.
So these are they're usually about like 3 panels, and they kind of are about the size of a tablet or like an e-reader, maybe like a Kindle.
Yeah.
And they unfold to reveal like 3 solar panels where you can attach it to the back of your backpack. It sits out in the sun and it charges your phone through USB. Yeah. If anybody knows what I'm talking about, they're like, you can find them for like $35 probably.
Yeah.
But honestly, I've had them in the past, and they just don't work very good. They really, they gotta sit out in like the full sun constantly. It needs to be 100% sunny, or else it's pointless. They really don't charge your stuff very fast. They seem pretty unreliable. And for me personally, I've just never really had a good experience with it. Like, it's just taken too long to charge my stuff.
Okay, but have you seen in like the last couple of years, have you seen these out on the trail?
I guess not. I can't really say that I have.
So they're going down, you're saying?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, they're still available, so people got to be buying them. Like, I'm pretty sure you can probably find it on like REI. They're all over Amazon.
Are people buying them for backpacking, camping, or are these like the doomsday preppers we're talking about here?
I don't know. They kind of get marketed towards backpackers.
They do.
Like,
Yeah,
I've seen where they're like clipped on like the photos that when you look up the product, like they're clipped to people's backpacks as like they're walking out in this beautiful sunny day with no trees and everything, getting full sun. Yeah. So I know I've just seen those things before. I have brought one of those with me while backpacking before, and immediately was just like, this thing is pointless. Like, it's just not working. It's taking too long to charge. Yeah. I would rather just bring a power bank, and then I can just have my set amount of juice in the power bank to charge my stuff, my phone.
That's the future, is people just bringing power banks that are becoming smaller, more efficient.
Yeah.
Or something has to happen with that solar technology where it is going to, if you do have a sunny day and you do have like exposure to the sun, there's no trees or clouds, whatever, that it just charges like 10 times faster, basically.
Right. So yeah, for sure. Yeah.
One of those has to happen. So
definitely.
I'm out of like show and tell items here. So I brought up a couple that I was either not willing to buy. So I'll do one more, and then I got like a kind of an honorable mention one. Are you familiar with not the half dome tent from REI, but the tiny half dome tent?
I am. I definitely am.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is the thing that's for like cats, right? It's like a tiny.
I think I don't think it's specifically marketed to cats, but that's all it's going to fit as a cat.
Yeah. So I have one. I have a tiny tent, not the tiny half dome tent, not the REI one, but I think it's like the brand is called Tiny Tents, I think.
Okay.
I have one. Yeah.
Wait, you have a cat that goes inside it?
Yeah, I mean, we have cats. They don't really go inside of it. I think they did like when we first bought it, and they never went in it again. Typical cats.
Good investment right there. Yeah. Well, this is terrible on like multiple levels. So I think they were marketing to like small dogs, but then people bought it and they're like, I have a small dog, and the small dog doesn't fit, basically.
Yeah.
And then people were like, well, but it does fit cats. And so the positive reviews are people that specifically bought it for cats. But there's a ton of negative reviews for people that basically can't even get it. Like, it's not even available, and it's still available on REI's website, but they won't even actually send it to you. They just like refund your money because they're like, actually, we don't have it anymore or whatever. Yeah, it's like half the reviews on there where it's like they couldn't even physically get the item.
Weird. That's super weird.
It's a really miniature version of the half dome tent.
Okay.
It's hard to tell the size based on just looking at the picture, because it just looks like an actual tent.
It does. It really does.
But it's only $35, so it's got to be way small. And it's got the rainfly and everything. So I just can't believe this is on their site. Like, to me, it's like the fact that they're not even selling it or even willing to ship it, but it's, I don't know, it's confusing.
The weird thing is that it's people just aren't receiving it. Like, I've definitely seen them in REI. Like, they're for sure,
for
like
display.
they've been set up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's like kind of just the point of it. Like, if you got a shelf that needs a little tent, you can put your tiny tent on a shelf. That's like literally the only point.
Yeah. Or if you're the outdoor company and you're just like looking to display the tent, here's what it looks like to set the whole thing up. Like, there you go.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
So I just thought it was funny, and I thought the reviews are funny. So.
Yeah, it's 100% pointless. Like, it's just stuff, it's just a thing to go in your house.
For sure. Okay, there you go. I think we covered, what did we cover? 8 or 9 right there?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
8 or 9, yeah, for sure.
Nice.
I had at least 5.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well done. All right.
Heck yeah.
So I've got, let's see, I got lightning round coming up. So we're going to get to that right after this. Out on the trail, capability isn't optional. It's essential. That's why I'm using Case knives. Built for whatever comes your way, these knives have been trusted for more than 100 years. On the job, in the wild, and even to the moon. Made with craftsmanship in Bradford, Pennsylvania, every Case knife is a piece of American grit you can count on. Whether you're splitting kindling, cutting paracord, or just cutting up some tape to take care of a blister. Case knives, every day capable. All right, we got the lightning round. This is brought to you by Magnet Designs. Handmade to order in Bend, Oregon, Magnet Designs gives you the most vetted backpacking products with the smallest environmental footprint. Through hiker design, tested, built, and owned. Check out the Alpha 90 hoodie, their best-selling product using Polartec Alpha Direct fabric. It's ultralight, compressible, hydrophobic, breathable, quick-drying, and just 4.5 ounces. Google Magnet Designs for the best backpacking gear. All right. Thank you, Magnet, for this lightning round. So you've got 1 minute to answer as many questions as you can. The last couple of guests I've had, and we haven't even tracked how many they've answered because they just didn't do so well. But I have a feeling you're going to answer a lot of these.
I'm kind of competitive, so hopefully I don't get caught up on too many questions here.
Well, we're going to find out. So here we go. All right, so the timer starts after I ask the first question. What is the best thing about Wisconsin?
Cheese.
What shampoo do you use?
I don't.
Okay. Best backpacking breakfast?
Oatmeal and oatmeal.
Yuck. All right, the toughest trail you've done?
Smoky Mountains, last day going uphill the entire time.
The most plausible conspiracy theory?
Aliens.
Biggest fear in life?
Dying.
The worst smell?
Puke.
Something popular that you think is lame?
Oh no, that's a tough one.
This is hard.
K-pop music.
Okay. Quote any movie.
Doc.
What is your favorite trail snack?
Trail mix.
And time. All right, so you're pretty fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I was trying. 9. I was trying.
I think you got to 10, man. You're tops this season. Well done.
Yeah, let's go.
Well done. All right, so let me see if did you say anything.
I feel like my movie quote might have been cheating. I just said, just Doc.
That's strategy. It's technically a movie quote, and I know what you're talking about. So
yeah, I figured people would get it. So
yeah. No, that's good. Okay, so you don't use any shampoo. What's going on with that?
I should clarify. I rarely shampoo, once a month, maybe. And it's just kind of like
just water?
Yeah, I just get my hair wet when I shower. And not even every time. Maybe every 3 times I shower, I get my hair wet. People are always like, that's disgusting. Well,
yeah. Yeah. Your hair must stink.
It doesn't. Hair doesn't get stinky. I'm not sweating like crazy and I'm not rolling around in the dirt. It's fine.
I am.
You're rolling around in the dirt.
Yeah. Backpacking. I just feel like I'm rolling around all the time.
I really should shampoo and condition my hair more, but it's too much work. It takes way too long. And then I got to brush my hair and I don't want it. It's just a long process.
Okay. You're winning people over with that answer right there.
Right. Come meet me. Come smell my hair.
Yeah. Actually, it's funny. I was literally rolling around in the dirt for the promo for this episode. So that's...
Oh, no way.
Yeah. So that's literally what I was doing. Okay.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I got up and I was like, oh, there's looks like some deer pellets here. That's nice. Anyway. Okay, so worst smell I agree with, puke. Do you have a fear of death, truly?
I would say so. I think that's the one, humans are hardwired to stay alive. Everything about our bodies is keeping us alive constantly. Yeah. And so, and that's the worst thing that could happen is to die. So, I think to say that I'm not afraid of dying, I think I'd be lying.
Yeah.
I wish I wasn't afraid of dying. I wish I could accept the fact that that's going to happen one day. And I can't accept it, but it's still scary to think of.
I mean, certainly the way that you might die is scary to think about. I just think I guess I'm older than you. And so I'm I've had a decent run, so I'm good.
Yeah.
If things don't work out. But I'm more scared of getting falsely accused and then you're in jail for the rest of your life. Like, like a serious prison, like Supermax. You're in with like the worst of the worst, and all they want to do is beat you up and take your food.
Yeah, that does sound terrible.
Like, I don't want that.
Yeah, that does not sound like a fun rest of your life.
Anyway, all right. Well done on the lightning round.
Thank you very much.
All right, Tidbits, this is for you. Tell us what you got coming out on your YouTube channel coming up. What can we look forward to?
Yeah, for sure. So I have definitely a bunch of like cool trips coming up in the future. Some like winter backpacking kind of stuff, more trips like that. Big opportunities coming up for backpacking, but also a lot more reviews. I make reviews on backpacks and day packs. I like working with smaller brands where like I get to talk about this super unique backpack from a smaller brand that people don't really know, but it's a great option. Tents and like shelter systems, I would say. Backpacking tips. And then also have like tips and tricks coming out for other backpacking videos. Yeah, but then like I said, I also have a lot of trips coming up as well. The big news coming up right now. I haven't gotten a video out in like 6 weeks now because I've been planning something really big for a while. And that's because I'm actually, in 1 week from recording this episode, I am moving to Utah.
Wait, what?
From Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I'm moving to Utah. Yep.
Wow.
Which is crazy.
Wait, where are you moving to in Utah?
Northern Utah in like Logan, that area.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, way up there. So we're going to be right outside the Wasatch Mountains.
Yeah.
Which is going to be awesome.
Okay.
And I'm literally moving there in 1 week from today, which is crazy. So it's coming up very, very soon. Yeah.
Like behind the scenes, he's like selling furniture on Facebook while we're recording the podcast. And I'm like, oh, you must have some extra furniture, but you're like literally selling it to move. That's interesting.
I'm literally selling it to move. Like that's what I did. I donated a bunch of stuff today before I jumped on the podcast because I just kind of like cleaning out the stuff that I don't need to move with me because both me and my girlfriend are moving out there. Got an apartment out there, but yeah, so
well, thanks for taking the time to jump on the podcast like in the middle of a move. That's crazy.
My pleasure. I wouldn't skip this for anything. Like this is awesome.
I appreciate that.
But yeah, it's gonna be great because rather than being like a minimum of a 9-hour drive to get to mountains, I'm now gonna be a 7-minute drive from mountains.
Yeah, and Utah's got a ton of national parks and places that are not mountain based that you can do in the off season.
Totally. Yeah. It's gonna be I mean the point of the move is to be out west where all the cool stuff is. Like that's why. Yeah.
Yeah, I love Utah. So that's a good spot to move. Right on, man.
Yeah.
Well, congrats.
Thank you.
Okay. So that's like a reveal on your, so that'll already be up. By the time this is out, that'll be probably on your YouTube channel.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, man. Well, congrats. I'm going to have the link for your YouTube channel down our show description. So check out what Alex has. Really impressive stuff. A lot of fun. You can tell just by him being on this podcast, a very engaging personality and very, easy to watch and listen to. So yeah, well done, my friend.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
This has been a blast. This is like legitimately like a dream come true to me. So thank you so much for having me on. It is. It really, really is. So thank you.
Most people are like annoyed. They're like, stop asking me to come on the podcast. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, again, seriously appreciate your time. That's all I got. Remember, if you tell your kids not to use the whistles inside the house, they'll blow it. Have a great week and God bless.
B&B, it's Rock. Hope everybody's doing well. Quick update on Jennifer. She continues to get better. Thanks to your prayers. Thanks be to God. She made it to another one of Logan's games. Logan, my starting center on the freshman team. Very undersized, but he's a tough kid. Praise God. Lord's done a great work in him. Their team's 7-1. So she was very happy that they were 7-1. She was cheering after the game. Normally just kind of spectates the game. Now there was some animation. I was just, a huge blessing, right? To have her healing while Logan's doing well on the football field for God's glory, all kind of meet at one point. And then, by God's grace, I got to be the head coach. It's just incredible. So wanted to say that. Now, speaking of coaching, well, this is actually more managing. There was a wrestling duo that was brought up on the most recent episode of Backpacking and Blisters, and that wrestling duo was the world famous Mohawks and Mustaches. Little known fact, I coach my son and stuff, I coach football, but I also am a wrestling manager. And I'm a wrestling manager for Mohawks and Mustaches. I haven't had contact with them for 3 years. And I know for the last 7 years, since they were looking for greater competition in the ring, they've been trying to find Sasquatch too. They want to have a wrestling match against Sasquatch and anybody else that he wants to bring in with him. Another Sasquatch, for instance. So I'm going to be, talking to Carl, and we might try to go find these guys. Again, heard there was a name change. Their old monikers, I don't even think they want them mentioned anymore. But we're going to see if we can find mohawks and mustaches. We're going to see if we can, get them back into this, not the spotlight. They're not big on the spotlight, but just back into the public arena and the wrestling arena. God's feet, everybody.